Hey, Gloria. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. So I'm back on the back porch, just hanging out. Hope you're doing well. How's your weekend so far? It's it's Labor Day weekend there too, right? uh, I'm on my most recently purchased laptop, which is a refurbished model that I got from Best Buy for $200. And once again, I got what I paid for. This freaking thing, the it's slow to load tabs. The screen keeps going blank for a couple of seconds at a time, so it's a piece of crap. I'm going to return it, and I've ordered one that was open box. So I'll hope for the best that the open box model is better shape than the refurbished one. I don't know why I should just save up my dollars and buy a really good one. But the weather turned nice here again after seemed like a long few weeks of rain and heavy humidity and chilly weather. Hey John, how you doing? I got your email, but I haven't had time to watch the critters yet. Oh, and in case you have to go, Pro sent me those photographs of his family's cabin for me to share. So let me go grab volume. Sorry if you were getting double audio. Miker, how you doing? Well, thank you, John. Okay, where's these pics to share? Their house looks about the same size as my cabin was, maybe slightly bigger. Oh, see, my screen has gone black on me. Okay. Construction of Uncle Charlie's cabin. Right to left, his uncle Jean Paul, his father, his brother, Uncle Arnold, Uncle Charlie, and that's Pro. I'm sorry, I can't make it bigger or clearer. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is really low out here too, so sorry for the buffering. Yeah, it must be late 50s, early 60s. I'm not sure what his age is. I think he's in his 70s, but I haven't asked. Okay, next picture. His grandfather's house to the left, and the construction of his daughter and Uncle Charlie's cabin, and their home is here. The only thing that you can have for size reference is the door, I guess, and the window. But my cabin was not much bigger than that, unless it goes. And finally, this is their car, a horse with him and his little brother on the sledge. Yep, that's deep in the bush. It's cool to see stuff like that. Buffering again. Well, we'll hang in there somehow. How is it in Vancouver, Mike? Sunny? It's really nice here. The last 2 days have been blue skies and that nice autumn light, the sun fall. Not the same as back east, but it's nice still. Yes, Mike, lots of bugs, skeeters and black flies, and June bugs, all sorts. Does anyone else have anything they want to share today? I'm going to try to avoid switching screens too much because that seems to make it buffer. But let me see. John sent me wildlife photographer of the year pictures of them, so I'll share them too. Little screen show. Slideshow. So I thought I'd seen this first picture before in some previous wildlife collection, maybe not. The flying stoat. Hang on. Okay, John, take care. Oh boy. Careful of gators. Pulling that boat out of the lake. Okay, share. Stunning images from the wildlife photographer of the year 2024. An image of a stoat midair was highly commended in their behavior. Mammals category. Some scientists describe the action as dancing, but opinions are divided on the matter. Dancing stoats and maresy dotes. I like this one. Crab eater seals in Antarctica taking a nap amidst sea ice. Sleeping seals. What a life. And this is a scenic image of 2 Indian peafowls in a forest. Looks like some fairy tale. Oh, and there's a deer. Oh, look at that. Wow. Ooh, a jaguar viciously biting a caiman in Pantanai, Brazil. Yikes. Look at the ear pattern. Wow. It's like Fergus when he gets hungry and I'm late. Grabs my arm like that. An image of mussels binding together to save themselves from being washed away in Portugal. Cool rock formations. I'd like to see Portugal one day. It's a great place for expats, apparently. Lots of people go there. Two small owls atop a tree branch, watching people walk past in a park in Munich, Germany. Floofies. Yeah. A colorful David Bowie spider carrying an egg sac. I never heard of a David Bowie spider, but it suits it. Two lions mating while the setting sun lights up storm clouds in Tanzania's Serengeti National Park. That's dramatic as hell. Male bees aggressively contesting for a female in a mating frenzy. Geez, I can barely make out the female. Horny buggers. And lastly, the moon setting in Inner Mongolia in China. A Pallas cat catches a small bird. That one's got the mystery of some folk tale to it as well. Those are great pictures. Thank you, John. Oh, horseflies. Yeah, deer flies and horseflies. They take chunks out of you. God damn, I hated those things. That's one thing here. We don't seem to have the same kind of flying critters. Or we have more birds that eat them or something. I don't know. But anyway, we're not as in the bush as we were back east either. Looking at my playlists to see if I have anything worth sharing with you guys. Nothing's really inspiring. Just flipping through some headlines. Russia slams Israel in attempts to gain power and influence in Middle East. I saw something the other day about China, a map that showed China taking over Russian territory, and they were discussing whether it was an accident or a provocation. Where did I see that? New map shows China. Here it is. China's new national map is set off. Hang on. A wave of protests. Why? Why would it set off a wave of protests? Oh, darn slow Wi-Fi tab freaking laptop. Ugh. Okay. China has upset many countries in the Asian Pacific region with its release of a new official map that lays claim to most of the South China Sea, as well as to contested parts of India and Russia. Official objections continue to mount. What is the map and why is it upsetting people so much? What is China claiming? China's Ministry of Natural Resources released the new standard national map on Monday, part of what is called an ongoing effort to eliminate problem maps. In it, China clearly shows its so-called 9-dash line demarcating what it considers its maritime border, claiming almost the entirety of the South China Sea. The current and other recent iterations of the annual map include a 10th dash to the east of Taiwan. Hang on, I'm going to share this page with you so you can read it and I don't have to make mistakes with my trying to read it aloud. Okay. Anyway, Usurski Island, an island at the confluence of the Amur and Ussuri rivers, as Chinese territory, even though the countries signed an agreement nearly 20 years ago to split the island. Okay, I'm not getting the image pulled up, though. Along the southern border with India, it shows Arunachal Pradesh and the Doklam Plateau, over which China and India have long feuded, clearly within Chinese borders, along with Aksai Chin in the western section that China controls, but India still claims. Okay, let's get to this. Oh, Vice President Kamala Harris slammed. Okay, let's listen to Kamala then.
Territorial claims in South China Sea. What are your thoughts on that map? And are you worried, as the U.S. operates in this region, that there could be a greater risk of a direct confrontation between the U.S. and China within the South China Sea?
This has already been negotiated. I mean, Arbitral 2016 made it clear, right? It's a violation of the law. And so that's where I put that map.
This is your third trip to Southeast Asia. Why is this region so critical to U.S. interests? Kind of future of U.S. foreign policy in the Pacific?
We as Americans, I believe, have a very significant interest, both in terms of our security, but also our prosperity, today and in the future, in developing and strengthening these relationships, and strengthening them in a number of ways, both through diplomacy. And then there's, of course, what we need to do in terms of strengthening our relationships militarily. What has really impressed me most of all is a shared commitment to international rules and norms, which is very important when we think about, again, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, because for 70 years, I think most would have agreed during that period of time that this was not up for debate. The importance of respecting sovereignty and territorial integrity. Now we know that has been upended. So to have a relationship where we have a mutual and strong commitment to such a fundamental principle as that is very important.
Okay, well, that didn't really say much, but anyhow, yeah, so let's see. Malaysia rejected China's unilateral claims, added that the map is not binding to the country. Vietnam, Taiwan, Indonesia, and the Philippines have since followed suit. Vietnam said the claims violate its sovereignty over the Paracel and Spratly Islands, and the jurisdiction over its waters should be considered void. They violate the United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea, illustrating how provocative the 9-dash line is considered by Hanoi. Banned the popular Barbie movie because it includes a view of a map showing the disputed Chinese claims. Wow, I remember something about that Ted Cruz got upset about the Barbie movie showing a Chinese map, didn't he? That's weird. The self-governed island of Taiwan, which China claims as its own, also rejects the 9-dash line and Beijing's South China Sea claims. Territorial claims at times to lead to direct confrontation. 420! A little more than a week ago, Philippine boats breached a Chinese Coast Guard blockade in a disputed area of the South China Sea to deliver supplies to Filipino forces guarding a contested shoal. So, yeah, they're provoking. Updating the map is routine practice every year to educate the public to use maps in accordance with the rules. That's what the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said. Oh my gosh. He didn't directly address the protests over the map, saying the update was routine practice every year with the aim of providing standard maps and to educate the public to use maps in accordance with rules. We hope that the relevant sides can see it in an objective and rational way. What? Why now? The national map is an annual production that could be released anytime, and China knows well that its claims are contentious, even though they're not new. It seems insignificant then that Beijing chose to release the map on the heels of a late August meeting with the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and just before China is to participate in top-level meetings of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations and the Group of 20 Rich and Developing Nations. At the BRICS meetings, the China-Russia relationship was broadly seen as strengthened as the group voted in favor of a proposal pushed by Beijing and Moscow to invite Iran and Saudi Arabia, along with 4 other countries, to join. On the sidelines, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping even talked about the disputed border, agreeing to intensify efforts to de-escalate tensions. So much no-speak. These fuckers just fuck around. Most of the governments with which China has disputes are in the South China Sea are ASEAN members. India is hosting the G20 talks. Okay. Yeah. In releasing the map now, Beijing is widely seen as signaling it has no intention of backing down on any of its claims and making sure that its positions are fresh in the minds of other countries in the region. Yeah, okay. That striker, yeah, federally mandated arbitration or something. But Air Canada pilots, or maybe it's all airlines. Mike, do you know if it's all airlines went on strike to Canada? Okay, Air Canada. A plane went down over Toronto recently, too, I think, had to land. Strike looms. Canada unwilling to wade into Air Canada pilot dispute. No deal yet for Air Canada pilots. Air Canada potential pilot strike would ground 1,000 flights a day. This was all within the last 5-6 days. Canada's reluctant to force Air Canada's pilots back to work if they go on strike. Pilots held informational pickets across Canada as the deadline passed for conciliation on a new contract, setting the stage for a possible September 17th strike. Okay, they're not on strike yet. Let me see if I can find that. More than 300 passengers and crew on board Air France flight, an Air France flight escaped from a fiery wreck when their plane skidded off the runway on Tuesday afternoon at Toronto's Pearson Airport. Only 43 people received what were described as minor injuries. A miracle, no deaths. Hang on. The plane, an Airbus A340-300, was en route from Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport and landed in Toronto at 4:03. Weather at the time was severe with high winds, heavy rain, and lightning. The craft, owned and flown by Air France, is the A340-300. The plane usually is equipped to carry 295 passengers, fly 12,000 kilometers before refueling. Plane had a crew of 12. It overshot the runway 24L by more than 200 meters, coming to the arrest at the lip of a ravine at the end of the runway. We had a hell of a roller coaster going down the ravine, Roel Bramar said. All I could think of was, get off! Another passenger, Olivier Dubois, said he was thankful to be alive. Yeah, that would be fucking scary. The most difficult thing was when the plane was rolling and we were halfway and we thought we would die because as we looked out of the window, there were flames. The plane was continuing to go and we thought we would just die, said Dubois. But all the passengers managed to get off the stricken aircraft before the fire erupted. Bramar said he saw lightning just as the plane landed in a torrential downpour. Okay, let me see if there's any video. Tab's freezing up again. I'm not seeing any video. Toronto. 2 months ago. Oh, that was a Boeing. 3 days ago, Canadian airplane in flames crashes into boat. This is something else. Oh. Okay, here's the Toronto emergency. I'm never going to fly. Hang on.
To airport flight heading 330. wind 210, 15 plus 20, give or take off for my 23. Take off for my 23, and then you'll heading to 330 with a further right heading up to 050 Canada, 872. Thank you.
Did this happen 5 days ago?
Tower, Josh. 707, looks like the Wi-Fi stuff. 872, we got a lot of fire, Roger, two aircraft, sir. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Roger.
I think this is a different event. How many planes are doing this?
872 looks like the number 2 engine, sir. Just let me know what you need to do. Pan, Air Canada 87. We've had to reduce engine power on the right-hand side for and we'll be heading to 050. Air Canada 87. Tower, Roger. Acknowledge Japan, and confirm you want to climb to 5,000 feet or stay your intentions. Great. Thank you.
The same incident.
Roger, heading 360 Air Canada 872. And then, yeah, we're going to come back for 23 hopefully. Okay, okay, 872. 872, you ready for a holding clearance? Yeah, ready for a holding clearance. Canada 872, maintain 3,000 feet with
You got a lot of fire. 2 months ago, Boeing fire. See, this is 2 months ago. I'm confused. Three days ago, Canadian airplanes. See, it's 3 days ago. I don't know. That was go. Over months now. Tires falling off, doors falling off. And those poor astronauts up on the space station. A 3-hour tour. Apparently, they're coming home in February now, I think, on a non-Boeing shuttle. Dave would know. Astronauts. The astronauts stranded on the space station to return next February, NASA announces. Okay. Oops. I keep pinning your mess with Denzel Washington was good. You're the movie guy. Hey, Greg, welcome. They're waiting for Elon Musk's unmanned craft. Yeah, I've been seeing problems with those unmanned taxi mobile things. They still need to be fixed, worked out, the bugs. I don't know. I don't think I'd get into a driverless vehicle. Maybe in a few more years. Here, I'm going to give you a blue wrench, so if you have any good links to share, we can watch them together. Happy Labor Day, Jennifer Jean. What you doing? Have you got plans? Now, another one of our chatters can't log in. Well, they can get into the channel and see everything, but they can't chat. This has happened like to at least 2 or 3 people that I know, and they were never able to find out what the problem was. We lost Darren, and now it Link, and I forget who else. Oh, you're painting. Nice. Diamond painting? Right on. Okay, I was just pulling up the astronaut story.
Day mission, but problems with the Boeing
Yeah,
Starliner
follow
means 2 of NASA's
really, Mike.
astronauts will now spend around 8 months in orbit.
Starliner, where there was a little bit of action the other day.
Pilot Sunita Suni Williams and Commander Barry Butch Wilmore were the first to man Boeing's new space.
I'm so sorry for the
But
buffering,
issues with the
guys.
Starliner's propulsion system kept delaying their return home. They've now been stranded in space.
Porch Wi-Fi.
Starliner would be too dangerous.
A test flight by nature is neither safe nor routine. And so the decision to keep Butch and Sonny aboard the International Space Station and bring the Boeing Starliner home uncrewed is a result of a commitment to safety.
A solution to a problem that NASA had previously denied, at first suggesting there was no rush to bring the astronauts back home. But now NASA say they will return in February. But not on a Boeing, instead on a rival craft.
As we started looking at various options,
Rival
it was
craft?
obvious to both of us that the easiest and best option was to configure the Crew 9 vehicle with a couple empty seats on the way uphill to put ballast in those seats. SpaceX had the capability.
Confirmation that Elon Musk's SpaceX will bring Suni and Butch home marks a win for the billionaire's Dragon capsule, and yet another blow to Boeing. Shimon Freeman Powell, Sky News.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Boeing. Good God. So sorry about the buffering, God damn it. Greg, my streams are usually a lot smoother than this one. I use OBS and I'm inside. Yeah, I think it's a leak. Jennifer Jean asks, why are they stranded up there? I'm hearing Mom sneezing her brains out. Shoo! She's been dusting and cleaning behind her, all of her shelves and under tables. And things. No wonder she sneezes. Okay. Just looking this up. Why they're stuck. Whole bunch of bullshit at the beginning. Why are they stuck? Okay. They go into a whole bunch of stuff about what they're eating. The limitation of the space station is how much air it can process, purify. We have great stocks of food up there, like a year's worth of food. But with 2 unscheduled additions, NASA bosses have planned to send more supplies. No one has had to go on a diet or calorie restrictions, so we haven't had any limitations there. There are also plenty of extra supplies should they need them. For clothing, we keep a big supply of undergarments. Dave would be happy to know that they've got his underpants. There's socks and underwear and t-shirts and stuff like that, Colonel Hadfield said. And because you're floating weightless, they're not being ground into your body to pick up the sweat and oils of your body. I wore the same pair of trousers in space for almost the entire time. When I finished, they were just as clean as if they'd been hanging in a closet. That's interesting. Yeah, risk of weightlessness can be harmful on their bodies for sure. On a 2-week mission, there's small but long-term effects. 6 months in space, we already know that that's the equivalent of 20 years worth of bone density loss. Brain chemistry and physiology changes. Oh my God. It takes about 3 years for every 6 months in space to get that back, and those are the simple things. Woo! NASA studies have shown astronauts can suffer from increased radiation exposure, vision problems, muscle atrophy after several months on ISS. For Butch and Suni, that's going to have untold consequences for their future. Oh, damn. Ms. Wiggle admitted NASA doesn't know how long is too long for astronauts to spend in space, but says there are no specific concerns for a period of up to a year. We can tell you that we understand what 12 months does. We're interested in that for Moon to Mars, and those are some of our research objectives and what we're trying to learn in the microgravity environment, she said. Every day is one more gift. Colonel Hadfield told 7:30 it took a lifetime of preparation to be a career astronaut, and both commander would be prepared for any challenges they would face. We don't randomly choose people and we put them on a rocket ship and send them into the space station. Yeah, okay, but the selection process for professional astronauts is extremely exacting. In one of the recent NASA applications, 18,000 people applied for 10 positions. They also have to have the right psychology, physiology to be able to serve an entire career. I think there's a difference of perception for a lot of people who don't train and commit their lives to being professional astronauts. It's actually what we seek, and every day in space is one more gift. If you say so, Colonel. That brown water holding tank is so. Hey. Yeah. Oh, did I even find out what the reason was? They talked a lot about what the conditions are and what could potentially happen to them after that length of time, but I don't think I got the answer about why they're stuck in the first place. Currently stuck at the space station because the return flight has been repeatedly delayed due to safety concerns about the aircraft. Okay, so it's just that, yeah, they can't get their return ride because Boeing. And engineers are analyzing problems in the spacecraft's propulsion system, which is used for maneuvering flight. Yeah, well, that's already too old because now it's X space friggin' Musk to the rescue. Space helmet will travel. Ah. Jennifer, have you been to the zoo lately? Have you got anything uploaded? Let me go check your channel. 20 years in U.S. Army from 17 to 37, and a few years as between 37 and 62 as an over-the-road truck driver. Wow. Well, I'm Canadian, but thank you for your service, Greg. Oh, you haven't put anything up recently. Oh, well. I really enjoyed your zoo trips, though. Oh, wait. What's in your shorts? What's in your shorts, JJ? Oh, some art views. We haven't seen your art gallery stuff. Can I share it? You're going back to the aquarium? That's all right, Greg. We like we like unusual senses of humor here. We call ourselves Team Sanity, but we're all a little bit odd. Okay, thanks, Jennifer. Mrs. Wells, 1805, Art Gallery of Canada. Hang on. It's always, you have to stop this and start that and switch over here, and then you can do that and click, 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 share screen. I'll get there. Grateful Poor is good. Okay. What's he? I don't know how to pronounce that. Heavy? Heavy? Ray? Wow. Eyes are amazing. That diaphanous fabric. Very cool. I haven't been to an art gallery in forever. What was the last one? Oh no, her and Mom and I went to that. Playing this. That was fun. Walls and ceiling and floor, and you're walking around inside his paintings. That was fun. I recommend it. Oh, that's great. More fabric and drapery that I suck at. And yeah, is it not Suzanne? Is it Suzanne? Similar style. Who am I thinking of? Love that. What else have you got hidden away? Irish gold from 2000 to 1500 BC at the ROM, Royal Ontario Museum. Sometimes I'd remember to take a sketchbook, but I don't think I sketched much. Wow. Great shape. Beautiful. Oh, a Picasso. He really was a craftsman. Oh, that's different. I don't know if I've seen this. Early Picasso for sure. A few feet. Cool. Thanks, JJ. Look at that. In Lower Mainland, BC, just above Seattle border crossing. My sister and brother-in-law lived and worked in Seattle for over 20 years. He's passed away. She's living around the corner from us now. They came back up here about, let's see, we've been here 10 or 11 years, so they came up here about 7 years ago. Sunflowers, Gloria? I don't think I saw sunflowers. Well, it's getting close to time for me to go on inside and watch Midas Touch Weekend show. I guess tomorrow's MSNBC stuff is going to be all like reruns or specials, or do they just have news but with fill-in hosts? Friday they had like 2 hours of Hayes, 2 hours of Joy Reid. I don't know what they're going to plan for tomorrow, but I will see you then. I hope. Greg, welcome to the crew. JJ, Miker, Gloria, John O. Who else popped in? I think that's everybody. And those of you just watching, I'll see you soon. Have a great night and a good holiday Monday. My screen's gone blank on me again, so panic. Okay. See you soon. Bye.